Yo, what's up guys, it's NLW Figs here, back again with another video, the final video of this daily videos of December thing. Oh boy, it's been difficult, but I've done it, woohoo! And for the last one, the last full video anyway, I am showing you my top 10 favourite figures of the year. So, this is going to be my favourite figures that I've picked up over the course of this year, that have been released this year. Obviously, there are some that I didn't pick up this year, but are good. So, you know what, if I've missed any, let me know in the comments below. But you know what, let's stop faffing about. Let's just get straight into the list. And we'll start off with the first figure on my list. Now, these aren't in any particular order. These are just 10 of the figures that I've picked up this year that have been my favourites. And we start off with this Amazon exclusive HBK Sean Michaels Ultimate Edition figure. Now, I was on the fence about buying this, however, because the last Ultimate Edition they did was one of my favourite figures, I felt like I had to pick this one up, just because of the, well, I'll just show you. First of all, it comes with all these different accessories. We can kind of zoom in here on what we've got going for. So, cute little hat, and this head scan's really cool too. You've got the earrings that just clip off as well, and there you go. It also comes with a bunch of other accessories here, and I don't think I've actually, well, there goes the other one. I don't think I've actually properly had a look at this figure. I probably want to use it for WrestleMania though, for sure. So you've got these chaps here as well. As we take these off, you can kind of just see what this figure's all about, really. I don't think I actually showed it off in a video proper, which I really should have, because it's a really cool figure. So we just get those off here. And you can see the tights design as well is one of my favourites. You could definitely make a custom WrestleMania 20 Sean if you were to pop the head off of one of the Ruthless Aggression ones as well. So you've also got this jacket here which just comes off like this. And yeah, what can I say about this figure? I love it. It's definitely my favourite out of the two Ultimate Editions, because the last one was, for a while, my favourite figure in my collection. Now I'd have to say probably this one. Like, I think it's you know, got a lot of great posability, especially with these double elbows. They've definitely improved the Ultimate Editions as they've gone along. And yeah, just the posability of it for pick fedding and stop motion is fantastic. 100% I am using this figure for his match against Kenny Omega at WrestleMania. I think it can be a fantastic figure to pose with, and yeah, just the colours popping out. My favourite Shawn Michaels attire, and had to include it on this list. Next up, we've got this Unmatched Series for Kenny Omega. Now, I did a head swap because I've been using it for NLW, and I've just put this new head on here. So we'll talk about the head first. Really, I love the heel Omega, the cocky kind of snarl, and the Fu Manchu kind of Triple H 2000 era looking, you know, kind of thing. And this is the figure that I'm probably going to use for WrestleMania. I was thinking about picking up the Supreme Kenny Omega, but it's just too expensive really, and I do want to have an updated Omega, maybe have this head scan on the body, just to give it a little bit of an update for WrestleMania. I don't know, what do you guys think? That's probably what I'll do. But aside from the head scan, just the body of this is fantastic as well. The coat is great. The only thing is that you can't really take this off and just have him in the shirt, which is a bit of a shame, but you know, it's better for posability having these arms just coloured in like this, and you know, just such a wacky jacket that he's got going on here, and the jeans as well, very nice and detailed. You can see all the little bits and pieces that have been taken out, like the rips in the jeans and all sorts of patches and things like that. And it moves quite well as well. Like, you can still wrestle in it. Like, if you wanted to take the shirt bit off here and just have like a street attire Kenny Omega with like the what would you call it? The bare torso on these jeans, that would be something that you could do. And I want more promo attires, like especially when you're filming a pick fed or a stop motion. It's fantastic to have these promo attires that you can use for like backstage segments and stuff. So yeah, more of these please, because I love them a lot. And yeah, the ones like this, the Cody one, the Hangman one, hopefully we get some Young Bucks in their Gucci kind of street attire. That would be really cool. But yeah, he's on my list. I think that Omega was actually Unmatched 5, not Unmatched 4, sorry. This one is Unmatched 4 though. This is CM Punk. Regardless of what the controversial stuff that has happened to him this year, I would say he is definitely one of my favourite figures. I tossed up between this one and the Hangman Page figure. Obviously I use the Hangman Page figure a lot, so because I already included the Kenny Omega on this list, that's why I haven't included the Hangman Page on this list, just because I didn't want too many street attires in the same video. But yeah, it's good to see CM Punk get a AEW figure. Obviously, the main thing about this one was I was worried about the legs. You know, in the prototype images that we saw, they looked a bit skinny, but in person it looks really cool. And I think it would be quite simple if you wanted to, you know, pop these legs off and have the standard trunks for CM Punk. But yeah, his all-out look, the tattoos look great, the head scan looks great in my opinion as well, really captures his kind of grizzled look. And obviously it's been a while since we've had a CM Punk figure, so this is much appreciated, and it will probably be a while, if ever, that we get another CM Punk figure. So I'm very happy with how this one's turned out, especially like to film with. Like I said, a lot of the ones that I've picked on this list, they're just ones that I've enjoyed filming with over the past year, and yeah, definitely one of my favourite pickups of 2022. You know what, forget what I said, Hangman is on my list. I substituted this out for some of the new generation figures, because although I do like those figures, I probably would be a little bit biased because I spent a lot of money to try and get them over. So yeah, shouts out to the Macho Man, the Diesel and the Doink figures. Those are also some of my favourite pickups, but yeah, I'll stick this on the list because I've used it quite a lot in the build up to WrestleMania. Obviously Hangman, he's been the main focus of NLW storylines because I love the guy, I'm not gonna lie, and replacing this head, and the smiling head scan is cool, but I wanted to have like a kind of grizzled, grumpy looking Hangman, so that's why I've used him. It's probably the figure that I've used the most this year for my Fed, and yeah, the jeans are great. Like, you can obviously take this off and have like a regular street attire, and like I said with the Cody as well, that is one that I thought about putting on this list, but yeah, I didn't want too many street attires on this list, but I will include this Hangman because I love the shirt. The buttons are even detailed as well. Because there was one that I was going to put on this list, which was the Kane figure, the Legends figure, but I just didn't like how there wasn't really any texture on the kind of tight design that they had. But this one does have texture. It's got the texture on the buttons and the collar, as well as on the belt buckle and everything like this. And it's, yeah, it shows that Jazzwares does put out some quality figures. You know, there are a couple of ones that don't exactly hit the mark, but this one definitely does, and it's one of my favourite figures to use. The next figure is Mr. Monday Night, the whole effing show RVD. Yes, I've just picked this figure up actually. It came in the post just yesterday and I wanted to include it on this list, and here it is in all its glory. Rob Van Dam. Obviously I was thinking about putting the other figure on this list, you know, the Elite 91, but that technically came out in 2021, so I didn't include it. However, this one, definitely a solid figure as well, based off of the Ruthless Aggression line that they used to do. So this is the new Ruthless Aggression line that they've got going. Again, this is one of my favourite RVD attires. Love the green, the way it pops off of the dark green on the back there, and yeah, it's just fun to pose with as much as I've been doing recently. Like, the double jointed arms for RVD really allows a lot of kind of movement with it. It's a bit loose, and the only issue really with this figure is the arms kind of go out to the sides a little bit, but it's still a very good figure, and I hope to maybe even use it for NLW next year if I do decide to bring him in. I'm still, you know, still making up plans, but definitely with this RVD figure, it's more likely I'll put him back in the Fed. But yeah, solid head scan, solid figure. Next we have this Chase Elite 92 Adam Cole. I believe this was released in 2022, so it does count for this list, and basically it's just the catharsis, the good feeling, that's it, the good feeling I get from having this figure, because it finally completes the ultimate, the ultimate team of the Undisputed Era. Finally completes the camo gear from their War Games match in 2018, I want to say. So finally good to have that in the collection. Obviously this came out just kind of soon after he joined AEW, and on a side note, I'm not really a fan of that AEW figure, how it looks, but it might be different in person, who knows. You know, if you've got it, let me know in the comments below. But this is definitely my favourite. I also have the green trunks attire, and I do like that figure, but this one, yeah, it's fun to use. I used it for the Lethal Lockdown match, and I'll probably use it again for WrestleMania. Obviously this is one of the newer figures with the double jointed arms. I know it's kind of been like a year since they've used it, but you know what I mean. So it's great for posing. Obviously I think the original Adam Cole, the one that came in the Undisputed Era 3-pack, I like that figure, but it didn't have the range of movement that this one does, and because obviously Adam Cole is a main character in NLW, that's why he's on this list, and it's great to pose around with and film with. Next we got the Rated R Superstar, it's Edge, Elite 94. What can I say about this figure? I picked it up immediately when it was on Smith's, so this one is one that I used for the barbed wire, well, did I use this one? Yeah, I believe I used this figure for the barbed wire match, and it is a fantastic looking figure in its own right. Obviously the white pants, fantastic, and it goes great with the Randy Orton from the same WrestleMania he wore this, WrestleMania 37, where he was in the main event, and you can recreate Rated RKO in the white attire. It was really cool. But yeah, like the double jointed arms as well. Finally an Edge head scan that doesn't look too goofy, looks gritty, if you can kind of see it sort of there. I'll zoom in a little bit more that you can see, but yeah, a gritty Edge head scan, really cool. I like the slick back look. It doesn't look too bulky, if you see what I mean. The tattoos are good as always, and yeah, just fantastic tight design here. Fantastic to film with, and hopefully I can put Edge in some more banger matches after the cracking match he had against Jon Moxley in the barbed wire match. But yeah, you see here. What more can I say about this figure? The head scan is really what I love most about this, but also the white design and the red and white that pops off of each other. Yeah, fantastic. Finn Balor next on this list, Elite 98, only just picked this up as well. This is a very cool headgear piece with little spikes and everything. So this is the one I'm going to use for WrestleMania, no doubt. From his Extreme Rules, the last time he was the Demon actually. So first Demon with the Ultimate, well, the first Elite Demon that's not Ultimate Edition with the double jointed arms here. Love the Balor on the back. These little tassels as well are a nice touch. And yeah, just a cool looking figure. A lot of these figures, they may not be the best looking sometimes, but I do like this attire, and I think that it's great to pose around with. As I said before, I kind of pose around with some of these figures to kind of test out the joints and stuff, and you know, you can pop off these heads as well, so if you wanted to use another Finn Balor head and customize up your Demon figures, you can do so. So that's a nice little touch as well, and yeah, just a cool, you know, you've got the Demon King, all hail, just on the tights there, and a really intense stare for Finn Balor. Hopefully he brings back this persona now he's in the Judgment Day, because I was a big fan of it. It gave a lot of ideas for figure customs as well, so more of that please, and that's why he's on this list. We've got a second Shawn Michaels on this list. Yes, this is the only figure that appears twice for different attires, and please tell me this came out this year. I believe it did, yes, because it would be the SummerSlam figures. So obviously here you go, Shawn Michaels, Ruthless Aggression, love it. More Ruthless Aggression figures, please. It was kind of a toss-up between this one and the red one, but the reason I like this one more is because it's from one of the best matches in wrestling history, Shawn Michaels versus Hulk Hogan, where he's jumping all over the place. But in all seriousness, the chain mesh jacket is great. It's all so textured, and that's what I love in my wrestling figures. I love texture. I love to have it kind of pop up on the screen, especially for figure photography purposes, and you can see the white and just the first real Ruthless Aggression Shawn that we've got, I think. I could be wrong in terms of Mattel, but it brings me back to those Jax days with these bulky legs, and I really like it. I think it's fantastic to pose with. I used it for the NLW 24/7 Anarchy in the Arena match, so it was great to film with then, and it was a toss-up between that Shawn Michaels and this Shawn Michaels to use at WrestleMania. I think I'm going to go with this one, but maybe pop this head scan off and use it with that. And that's another thing about these figures, all of these figures that I like, is the customizable options that you have with each of them, because you can just pop the heads off and mix and match them with other head scans. So yeah, a lot of variety here, and I love this figure. And rounding off the list at 10, we've got Batista, the Animal. Ruthless Aggression, as I said, my favourite era of wrestling. It's what I grew up in. The shirt is great. It comes with the contract signing gear as well, and it also comes with a spare head scan, which has the scream as well. If you've seen my NLW 24/7 Royal Rumble, you would know that I use that head scan quite a bit to pose about with, and yeah, just fantastic. You can recreate all the famous Batista poses with this one. As with previous Batista Elites, it can be difficult to get Batista up in certain positions, like for the Spine Buster, the Batista Bomb, or even just like posing about for his entrance. But this one, there's no problem with that. You can move the arms about free will like this. Obviously I had to get this in from America. It was quite expensive to import, probably one of the more expensive figures in my collection, about £50 that I bought this for, but it's well worth it. I love Batista, and I love his look in this head scan here. And like I said with the other ones, like I think you can probably get away with head swapping this one for a more modern Batista head, like the I want to say, I can't remember exactly the Elite series it came in, but I think maybe 72 it was, where you could swap that one out for this one and have like a bold Batista as well. But yeah, the white is great. I believe I saw a custom as well with the red on this as well, so maybe more Batista Elites from this time period would be very cool, especially from his 2006 return run. That was fantastic, and yeah, a great figure, great posability, and here's hoping more Batista Elites. So there it is, top 10 figures for me in 2022 that I've picked up. Do you agree or do you disagree? Let me know in those comments below. Are there any that I've missed out, or any I should pick up? What are your favourite figures of the year? Let me know in those comments below. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to NLW Figs for more wrestling figure content like this. I'll post a special little Happy Holidays video tomorrow, thanking you all. But for now, that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.